Hi everyone. So we have a question. You manage a clothing store and budget 6,000 to restock 200 shirts. You can buy t-shirts for 120 each, polo shirts for 240 each, and rugby shirts for 360 each. If you want to have twice as many rugby shirts as polo shirts, how many of each type of shirt should you buy? Then there's an emphasis to use matrix algebra to solve this question. So let's dive into it. So breaking down our data, we've been given the price of one t-shirt, one polo shirt, and one rugby shirt. So let's list that. So the price of one t-shirt, this is 120 kwacha. Then one polo shirt, that's 240 kwacha. Then one rugby shirt, and that is equal to 360 kwacha. Then in terms of the data given, we're told that if you want to have twice as many rugby shirts as polo shirts, so in terms of the number, let's say the number of each shirt, so the number of rugby shirts, so number of rugby shirts, we are told that it should be 2 times the polo shirts that we get. Okay, then the total number of shirts we want to restock is 200 shirts, and our total budget is 6,000 kwacha. So we just listed down our full data that is given in our question. So now I want to find how many of each type of shirt we should buy. So now let's give each shirt a variable. Let's say number of t-shirts be equal to y. We'll give it the letter y, the number of t-shirts. Then maybe polo shirts, we can give it x. Polo shirts, we can give it a variable x. Then rugby shirts, so remember in the question it says twice the rugby shirts as polo shirts. So if our polo shirts are equal to x, our rugby shirts will be equal to 2x. And remember the total number of shirts we need. The total number of shirts are equal to 200. So we can form an equation out of these variables. That is, we have, let's say y, that is the t-shirts, plus x, which is the polo shirts, plus the rugby shirts, which is 2x, and then we equate to 200. This is the total number of shirts that we require. Then we can simplify. So this is 3x plus y is equal to 200. And we can call this as our equation 1. Then if we go with the prices now, remember we've given the price of t-shirts as y and polo shirts as x. So we can say price of Y t-shirts. So this is equal to 120 Y. That's the amount for the price of t-shirts. And we do the same for X polo shirts. So this will be equal to 240. Remember the price is 240 for the polo shirts. 240 X. And finally, we have 2X of rugby shirts. Remember the price for rugby shirts is 360, so 2 by 360 will give us 720. 720X. And then the total cost for the shirts is 6,000. So out of these variables we've presented for the price of shirts, we can form the second equation. That is, we'll have 240X plus 720X plus 120Y is equal to 6,000. Then we can simplify. That is 240 plus 720. We get 960. So that is 960X plus 120Y is equal to 6,000. Then we can divide through this expression with 120. So we'll have 120 into 960, that should be 8X plus Y. Then 120 into 6,000 will be 500. 500. And we can call this as our equation 2. Remember, we're solving this using matrix algebra, so we can write our equations together. So we had our first equation as 3x plus y is equal to 200, and then we also had 8x plus y is equal to 500. So taking this into a matrix, we pick the coefficients from each equation. So that is, we have 3, 1, then 8, 1. Then we have the variables, that is x and y. And this is equal to, we have 200 and we have 500. Like that. So getting our discriminant from this matrix, so we multiply the diagonal, so this diagonal will multiply there 3 by 1, and we subtract with 8 minus 1, 8 multiplied with 1. So that will be 3 times 1 is 3 minus, then 8 multiplied by 1 is just 8. This gives us negative 5. Then we need to find the discriminant for the x, where we replace our solutions here on the first column. So that is, we make a matrix with 200, 500, then we maintain the matrix as it is. So that is getting the discriminant for this one, which we'll call as discriminant of x. So we'll do the same, 200 by 1, that is 200, minus 500 multiplied with 1, giving us 500, like that. And this will be equal to negative 300. We get the matrix for d of y. That is, we maintain the first column as it was, which is 3 and 8, but we place 200 and 500 on the second column, so 200, 500. Then we look for the discriminant of y. So that is 3 times 500, we have 1500. Sorry, why am I writing it like this? It should just be straight. So that is 1500 minus 8 by 200, that will be 1600. And this gives us negative 100. Then to get our x and y variable, so we divide the determinant of x with d, which is our discriminant of x we have is negative 300, and our d is negative 5. This gives us 60. And then our y, we do the same. So d of y over d, that is negative 100 over negative 5, giving us positive 20. So now if we can replace these on the part where we had listed the number of t-shirts, number of polo shirts, and number of rugby shirts. So the point I'm talking of is here. So we can replace now our variables here with what we found. So number of t-shirts, y is now 20, x is 60, and 2x will be 2 multiplied by 60, that is 120. So since the question had said how many of each type of shirt should you buy, so these are the solutions. We need to present this as our final solution. So t-shirts will get 20, polo shirts 60, and rugby shirts will get 120. And the total of these gives us 200. So that's how you do such type of an expression or question that we had.